We are a veteran first LEGO League team with 3 team members from last season and 3 new members.
We started our season by reviewing the schedule and creating a work plan. Our first meeting was on Saturday, August 8th, and we met every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, since then for 2 hours each time.
Knowing that our competition was going to be in November, we were able to create a schedule that included key goals, like when we wanted our robot chassis completed, our robot attachments completed, and our programming done.
Our work plan also included our project goals, such as defining a problem, creating a solution, presenting our idea, and making revisions.
We began our strategy by looking for the simple movements that would solve the majority of the missions this season. We decided that an up and down movement would be best.
Last year, I created this robot with a forklift on the front. It worked well, but we were only able to do 1 mission at a time.
So we decided a double forklift design was the way to go this year. It would allow us to solve missions from both sides of the robot independently. It also allowed me to hang the robot at the end match by placing the hooks in the middle of the robot.
To help make our chassis work as consistently as possible, we tested 20 different motors and matched the best 2 pairs and used them for our driving motors. Then we took the next 2 pairs and used them for our racks.
I tested 5 different sizes of wheels to find the ones that would give us the best balance of speed and accuracy.
For navigation, we added 2 color sensors that are placed in front of our tires and a gyro sensor to help with turns and driving straight.
This is our rack from last year. This season, we're going to get smaller, easier to exchange. Each of us use these racks for our mission solutions with. They slide in and out of the robot easily. For our game strategy, we divide the mat into 6 different zones. Each of us focused on one of these zones to build and program mission solutions. But when we got stuck, we asked each other for help.
This rack has prongs to push the step counter to score blue. Then the rack lifts over the mission and down in time to scoop up the health unit. On the second rack, I created a hairbrush that grabs the wheel of the rowing machine. For navigation, I created a line following program.
This is my mega rack. I was trying to not move away to raise the basalt crate to the highest scoring stopper. I was inspired by extension ladders and the way a rope is used to raise the ladder up. This spool lines up the Lego string, the motor. No. My rack drops into the other racks, then I'm using the motor to line up the spool, Lego string, and lift the second rack.
My mission went through the most iterations in building and programming. I started with a solution for the treadmill that used a motor outside of the robot. But once the chassis was built with 4 motors, I realized I needed to come up with another way. So I created this sled. The robot pushes it down until it hits the east wall, then it continues pushing it, which makes this part slide in. As it travels inside the shell, it makes this wheel spin, which moves the treadmill. I had trouble navigating this down the length of the map, so I created this lighter and simpler version. It uses Lego chain to drive the large wheel like a bicycle.
I solved the missions in this zone. Each of us designed, built, and programmed our own missions. I created this program that allows me to follow a heading on the gyroscope sensor. I input the angle I want the robot to follow, and it corrects itself by checking its current reading against the desired heading, subtracting the 2 numbers, and putting the results in a steering block. Several of my teammates use this code, so I made it on my block.
My solution is completely different from the rest of the team. I didn't use the racks at all. I created this to hook onto the front of the robot and solve the bench mission completely passively. This blue beam pushes over the bench, and these 3 axles catch the backrest to bring it back to home. Then these D pieces open up the trap doors that place these 4 cubes into the hopscotch spaces. I use these axles to place our innovative solution model with the health units around the gray area around the bench. My launch scores 105 points in 12 seconds.
Can we answer any questions about our chassis, attachments, or programming?